Sophie, Rita, lovely to speak to you two today. Congratulations on your new film, Twist. Rita, I'd love to ask you, what was it like to work alongside the legendary Michael Caine? You were acting alongside this absolute legend.
I mean, it was just, first of all, being a part of this film for me, like, and having the ability to work alongside Sophie, Raff, and Lena, and then Sir Michael Caine. I thought, wow, I have to be a part of this project. And to be fair, I just had so many things I wanted to ask him because he's such an icon. I was like, how did you do this? How did you blow the doors off? How did you, chat when you were talking to so-and-so, like all the co-stars? Or how is it working alongside Christopher Nolan? And it's like all these things. He was like, can you just stop interviewing at any given opportunity? But we had a really good relationship. Like I just really confided in him and a lot of things, and he just was so cozy and like comforting, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the best.
And so funny. Like I can't tell you, his one-liners are like historical. I can't even tell you how funny he is.
You play the main character, Oliver. What did you find the most challenging about this role?
The most challenging, I mean, that's a hard question because there was a lot of different aspects to the character that I really wanted to nail, and they are different things. So, for example, there was a lot of stunts in it, and I really wanted to be able to do as many of those stunts as possible. So I did quite a lot of training, parkour training, and work in the gym with the one-on-one trainer to try and be able to do all these flips and stuff. And that was pretty physically tiring, but at the same time really made me feel good. I've always loved sport, but I'd never really got into a routine of getting up, going for a run, then going to the gym. And it really, I've carried it on since doing that film because it really just made me feel good. It made me feel awake. It made me sleep better. It made me work on my lines better. And it was an all-round package. And I think doing that training really helped me get focused. And at the same time, I was doing a lot of prep on the role. Different bits of kind of character work, vocal work, movement. And then when I got on set, I feel like for me, the hardest part was really getting myself into that training mentality, working on the prep every day mentality. And once I was there, because of that, I felt really, really comfortable. And I felt like I'd done enough work for me to know who Twist really was to me. And I straight away got on really well with the cast and the production. So I'd say, yeah, probably the most difficult part for me was really getting myself in that routine and fully focused and fully committed. And once I was there, it was just plain sailing for me, yeah.
I love that. And Sophie, you play Red. She is like the coolest chick. Did you get to do your own stunts?
Yeah, she is much cooler than I am, Red. We did do a lot of stunts, but we had an amazing stunt team who helped us and did a lot of the bigger ones because, sometimes they'd work out whether we'd use the stunt or me when we get there. I remember once me and Raff got to like the top of a huge building and they were like, so do you want to jump off? And I was like, oh, no. I was like, safe.
On this
Yeah, not today. Maybe tomorrow.
Not on a Wednesday.
Wednesday.
No, but yeah, it was so fun. And me and Raff did a bunch of parkour training before with Sebastian Foucault, who like created it, which was unreal, like such a experience. And it was so fun because like I'm not very coordinated, but I like have a lot of energy. So it was more like climbing and jumping, and yeah, it was really, really fun.
I never knew Lee Francis was in the film until he popped up. I mean, I think he's a brilliant person in general. He's so funny. What was he like to work alongside?
Yeah, I mean, I was really, really excited to meet Lee. I've been a big fan of like his kind of Keith Lemon skits and sketches over the years. Like I've grown up watching them. And I was really excited to meet him. And then I remember the first day he came in, we were doing the scene where you first see him, and it was quite a cold morning, and he was telling so many jokes that I went from being really cold to just being like almost a bit sweaty. I was laughing so much outside, and I really liked his element of kind of going off on ad libs and tangents when we were doing the scene. And that was different to stuff I've experienced in the past, and harder because sometimes he'll come out with something that's not written in the screen that you're not waiting for. And if he's delivered that line like brilliantly and everyone's going to crack up, and then all of a sudden you like ruin it because you're laughing, that you got to really keep a straight face. So yeah, working with Lee was really, really great, and he was a lovely guy to get to know as well.
Rita, what do you hope your fans will enjoy the most when they see you as Artful Dodger in Twist, because I reckon your fans are buzzing to see it.
Thank you. I hope, and I just hope that they see that there is, I guess, hope not only for, progression of like, Artful Dodger and it originally being a male and it kind of flipping now into a female perspective. I feel like that's a really solid, powerful point to say. And also just the diversity that people can bring to cinema. If you're a musician or if you do something else, it's not impossible to really go into different realms and like challenge yourself. So I'm hoping that my fans kind of feel like they get inspired, they have a little bit of fun with it, and they see a different side of me, to be honest.
And has any of your family had a sneak peek at Twist yet?
Yeah, so I watched it with my mum when I first saw it, and she was really, really happy. I think they're both just really happy to see me happy and to see me doing kind of what I love doing.
It must be so exciting and quite nerve-wracking as well to have your family kind of watch you act and see what they think about it. And the one thing I did enjoy about this film was seeing London again and seeing it kind of alive with people everywhere, because about now I haven't been to London in a while, and I love the element of watching this film and seeing London and seeing everything happen.
Yeah, it's so true, because I always knew when we were filming it from kind of picking up on the vision and some of the shots that were being made, that London was going to be incorporated in a really special way, these skylines. And grew up in North London and I live in South London. I'd never really experienced a lot of where we shot in East London. And that was an eye-opener for me, and I really loved it. But I think what's amazing is that no one knew the year that was going to happen, with everyone having to be inside and not being able to go out and about, and living in a city like London. You live in a city like London to be able to go and see these views, to be able to go to the theatre, to be able to go to nice restaurants, and not being able to do that can be quite frustrating for a lot of people. But I think this is a great time for it to come out, because it's fun, it's family based, it's got some comedy, action, romance, and then at the same time it really shows London, and I think will make people feel almost a bit emotional, because like we've got such a beautiful city in London, and right now it's empty.